Hello there and welcome to the Bookshelf of Reviews. This is your host Cody. This is episode 1. It is November 17th, 2023 at the time I am recording this. And in this episode, I will be talking about a book created by National Geographic called Explore Academy by the Nebula Secret by Trudy Truitt. I'll be talking about what happened in the story, some of my opinions, and if I think this should be taken off the bookshelf and read. Now remember, these book reviews are made by the children for the children. Cue the music. Now, I'll be talking about what happened in the book, but there will be spoilers. So if you don't want to know what happens in the end, then stop listening right about now. Are they gone? If so, good. Let us continue. In the beginning, we get introduced to Cruz Coronado, who is our main character. He is surfing just on the coast of Hawaii when suddenly, a man grabbed his ankle and he started to drown him. Luckily, he escaped him. So he goes to the airport, where he meets his two roommates at the academy, a boy from New Zealand named Ep.1, and a girl from Australia named Sailor York. When they got to the academy for the first time, Cruz and his roommates got in a very large orientation puzzle, and in the very middle of it, Cruz got attacked by a mysterious man who said a guy named Nebula killed his mother, who used to work at the academy, and they are not afraid to kill Cruz too. Later on, Aunt Marisol, who is Cruz's aunt and working for the academy, found his mom's personal belongings, and with all of the things inside the box, there is a note that says to find her journal and to find her life. And with this message, there is a weird little secret of numbers and letters. Later on, Cruz gets called down to the president of the academy, Dr. Hightower, and she tells Cruz that the cave has been hacked. IP address was linked back to his tablet, and she tells him that he is expelled from the academy. Cruz now has to go back to Hawaii, and he is ready to go back when he realized that the random assortment of letters and numbers at the end of his mom's letter is really her favorite book, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and the rest of the numbers and letters is where they find the book in the library. Cruz very quickly runs back to Academy's library to find his mom's favorite book, and when he does find it, there is a small piece of paper, but when he is about to grab it, the librarian, whose name is Dr. Rook, reveals himself to be evil and is working with Nebula. He is about to shoot Cruz with a laser blaster when the piece of paper reveals itself to be a journal by creating a hologram of Cruz's mother, and the hologram, it says that she made a serum that could cure literally anything. But Nebula, which turned out to be a pharmaceutical company, didn't want Cruz's mom to release it because the Nebula can't make any money. She then turned the serum into a rock and split the rock into 8 pieces and spread them around the world, and now tells Cruz to find all 8 pieces of the rock and make it so that anyone can have it for free. Later on, Cruz gets reinstated into the academy because it turns out that one of Cruz's classmates, whose name is Renshaw, had hacked the cave to get better marks. So Renshaw is now expelled from the academy, and Cruz gets to go on the academy ship, the Orion. Onto the opinions. Let me just get this out of the way real quick. This book is absolutely incredible. It would just be too hard to just say why this book is really good. So I'm going to structure this with some pros and some cons. So first off, the pros. Firstly, I really like all of the characters' writing, which means I like their personality. For example, Cruz is always compassionate. Even when Renshaw hacked the cave to frame Cruz, Cruz feels bad for him not being on the Orion. Secondly, the way Trudy Truitt wrote the book is extremely exciting. For example, all of the surprising action scenes with the mysterious man give the story good twists and turns. I also really like how there's some mysteries to the book, like who or what is Nebula, or what is the synthesis. However, there are some cons. Firstly, I don't really like how Yovan was shown as a bully near the beginning, but then only appeared for one chapter after that. It seemed like he would be a small villain, but it's only a book for 2 chapters in total. I would have made him appear in a few more chapters as a small villain. Secondly, I don't really like how there's some parts of the academy that we only get to hear about, but we don't get to see. For example, on the map, there is a location called the Dark Star Planetarium, and there is also another place called the Bingham Auditorium. The reason why I don't really like this is because the academy is so large, but they don't really use some of these locations at all. They should have made so that there is a chapter, or at the very least a segment in a chapter, that shows some of these locations. Even though there are some bad things in the book, all of the good heavily outweigh all of the bad. So I think this deserves to be taken off the bookshelf and be read. I would give this book around 7 stone fragments out of 8. Thank you for listening to the very first episode of the Bookshelf of Reviews. And don't forget, these book reviews are made by the children, for the children.